One Valley city making major changes after a fire at a flea market. More than 30 vendor units were damaged in that fire. Channel 5's Gabriela Garza joins us now with more on what the city of Alton is doing.
The November 6th fire was ruled undetermined by the Alton Fire Department. Now the city of Alton is holding vendors accountable by requiring them to pay for yearly permits and bring their establishments up to code. Fresh paint, new roofing, the signs of positive changes happening at the flea market in Alton.
Since the fire happened, we've had a good dialogue with the owners out there and the vendors, and they're all coming in to get their what we call vendors permits. And what that kicks off is the inspections by the building inspector and the inspections by the fire department if necessary. Alton's
assistant city manager Jeff Underwood tells us each vendor will have to obtain a permit.
It's certainly still a small number. The others are working towards it.
These permits will cost $25. Inspection costs can run around $90 in addition to paying for all the necessary structural repairs needed on their units.
Your typical vendor that may have some electricity that we need to make sure it's up to code, the structure is up to code. Depending on what they're selling, the fire department may have to get involved just to make sure that whatever they're selling is not combustible. If it is, that it's contained properly.
Underwood tells us the flea market opened around a week after the fire. He says the food vendors have a little more work to do.
The restaurants are certainly more intensive with the inspections. Again, you have building looking at electrical, you have them looking at the plumbing aspects, you have the building aspect of it, the structure itself, and then you have the fire department looking at how are they cooking, what are they cooking with, the fire protection system that's in the restaurant, and then of course once we're done, we send them over to the county health department because that's a whole nother aspect.
We spoke to the few vendors we did see at the flea market this afternoon. Not one wanted to appear on camera for an interview. They tell us they did not want any retaliation for speaking out. One of the food vendors tells us they are one of the few unable to reopen until they comply with the changes, meaning they have been shut down for over a month.
And we've spoken to some of the vendors because they have concerns. Some of these fixes, if you will, these repairs are quite costly.
These vendors tell us it's hard to spend money when they are unable to earn it, but they know to open, they must make the changes. Underwood tells us these changes won't happen overnight, but they are already seeing results. He says the safety of their community is what's most important. In the Channel 5 studio, Gabriela Garza, Channel 5 News at 4.